I'm gonna change this to let's make a GOTY2025. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the stream. Let's freaking go. I have been off for a little while. It was the Easter, and let's just say that I have been trying to kind of like discover whether I can do a business or not. And right now I'm leaning towards, hey, maybe we'll try this entrepreneurship. And there's actually I think it's a really clever one here in Finland and in Finnish language. When we become entrepreneurs, which is really hard to say for Finnish tongue, when we like go for that, in Finnish the word is actually like you are creating a try. It might sound funny, but that's exactly what you're doing. Like when you are becoming an entrepreneur, you do a company. In Finnish, you do a try. You try. That's basically what you do in Finnish language. And I think it's actually quite clever because when you do a company, it is kind of like it's kind of like a try. You're just trying, you know? There's no guarantees that it'll work, so you gotta try. So that's what you do in Finnish language. I just wanted to share that to you. What do you do for a living? Says Naguje. I'm a trier. Yeah, that's basically what it is. You are a trier. You try for a living. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, that's something I've been kind of like trying to find out what would be the suitable one for me. I don't want to like put too much stress on making money and kind of like making it big. I just want to do my thing, and I want to do it so that it makes sense and I don't go bankrupt or anything like that. I want to keep, like, at the end of the day, I want to keep making games. I love what I'm doing here. I love what I have with my chat and my community. I think it's the best thing ever. I wanted to keep doing that, but in order to kind of like make it happen, I gotta have a business probably, and I gotta get in some money. So my games have to sell something so that I can pay the bills, and my like basically like my girlfriend doesn't need to pay for everything. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And everyone who is here and supporting me and my game is a big part of that. So thank you all for making my dream come true. All right, but hey, I have been working on the game on my own time, and I am really proud what I have accomplished, and I want to show it to you right now. So let me just build and run, and I'm gonna show you what it's all about. 1 second. Hey, how's Ronaldo doing? And how's CubeSat doing? I am a trier. Alright, I am building. I am sailing through the waters. Alright. So I think we gotta build now. So let's start this with a maximized window. Let's maximize this. Hold on. All right, we're logging in. Hey, Jonttu! Illegal I'm stream watching while at work. Hey, Jonttu. How's it going, Jonttu? 37 months. Kiitoksia, Jonttu. Kiitoksia. Mitä meidän nuorukaiselle kuuluu? Ai. Illegal I'm stream watching while at work. 41 months. Kiitoksia, Jonttu. Arvostan tukemista. Mitä kuuluu Jontun töihin? Ai. Alright, so here we have, I have a beautiful, wonderful, original nickname. It's Aatu. And it's just like I've hard-coded it so I can just log in. I'm gonna host, meet Aatu. Aatu is currently without gear. So let's put some gear to him. Maybe we'll put like, I don't know, Let's eat some blueberries, and I'm just gonna put the best ring in the game. Maybe we'll put some black gear. Let's put like cyan robe and black weapon. All right. So there's my stuff. This is Aatu, and like as you can see, he had his name on the game already. So that works. Then I'm taking in my second. This is the build. Hyvä, sanoi Jonttu. Toivottavasti esimies ei näe, kun katon 4 päivää koeaikaa jäljellä. Ei nyt Jonttu, nyt tsemppat 4 päivää. Nyt pistät kuule puhelimeen oikein hiljaiselle, pikkusen katot sieltä ja hymyilet Amelle silleen moi moi moi. Ja 4 päivää vielä tsemppaat. Sitten sen jälkeen voi vähän persellä. Drinking coffee and chilling, says Cube. Good stuff. Alright, so we are logging as Peetu. We have Aatu and Peetu, very original. Okay, so I actually pressed login already. I wasn't ready. So let's log in as Peetu. We are joining in as client. And meet Peetu. Peetu has a nickname. Peetu doesn't have any gear. So let's give Peetu a little bit of let's give him a little bazazzle. Let's find where he is. So this is Peetu. I'm gonna give him 20 random items. And then we're gonna go back to full screen. Okay, so here is Peetu. Let's see if I can. Well, let's keep him half screen or something. He has cyan amulets. He has best ring in the game. He has best armor in the game. And then he has only cyan trident. So there is no... He doesn't have a real weapon, basically. Alright. So, guys, what do you think? Who is gonna win in a PvP fight? Aatu or Peetu? Aatu has better armor. No, Peetu has better armor. Aatu has a sword. What do you think? What do you guys think? This, like, Aatu has a red sword, but I'm not gonna let him use that. It would be too OP. Maybe we'll no, let's keep it this way. So what do you guys think? Who is gonna win? Aatu or Peetu? So if I try to attack now, it says that you must be in wilderness to attack each other. So you can't just go ahead and attack anyone when you're not in wilderness. But hey, there is a little something I did yesterday. In case you missed it, yeah, last week we started working on a new and probably the last new feature for the beta, which is the honorable duel. And with great honor, Peetu is already really bloody, so Aatu, he's still fine, yeah. So what we can do is we can now right click, and this font is ridiculously big, so we gotta work on that. But basically, we can use the right click now to kind of like walk and also to request a duel. So now if I right click Peetu and I press duel, we're gonna get this warning that you're gonna request. You are going to request a duel to the death. Proceed. And if I press accept, boom, the other client gets that Aatu wants to challenge you to the duel to the death. Accept. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's see who's up. Let's see who's up. And here they go swinging like And there's no way out of this. I can press anywhere and it doesn't let me flee. I can be the host, I can be the client. You can't get out of this. So I think this is gonna be like a cool way to kind of like show who's who and kind of like do wagers and whatnot. Maybe in the future we'll add some rule sets to this. Like maybe you can, maybe you'll like have a set amount of hits. But this is actually really cool. I don't know who's gonna win. So we have black sword and cyan armor versus a cyan trident, which is not a really a weapon, but they have better armor, so they have red armor. So it looks like the red armor is kind of like outperforming. Ooh, that's a 2 from Aatu. I don't know. It's looking pretty even. Nah, Peetu's gonna take this home. I think Peetu's gonna take this home, guys. Peetu, 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 Peetu. It's only a couple more hits, guys. Only a couple more hits. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh no, Peetu is taking damage. What the hell? Ah, there it is. Woo! And yeah, all those zeros, man. Yeah, it's because of we didn't really have like weapons. We had kind of meme gear. So there's his stuff basically. I actually kind of want to see like can I pick up my stuff? Because I shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't be able to pick up my own stuff. So let's go to the marketplace to see like is the gear still there? Yeah. So Peetu won. Arthur was left alone. Left with nothing. And the logic is that you lose everything you had with you. Let's see what's in the marketplace. Let's see what's up. I can see my stuff. Wait. How do I see my stuff? Can I... Wait. They're in different place. Wait. Wait, what is that? What is that? I am confused. Alright, so that's a bug. That's a bug, alright, so let's write that down. When dying in combat, you see your own stuff. This is not supposed to happen. Well, let's see if we can pick it up, alright? So Peetu won the duel, so Peetu should be able to pick it up. What about Aatu? Can Aatu pick it up? Okay, so I can't pick it up. It's still a little weird. Okay, so I can see my stuff, but I can't pick it up. That's kinda... yeah, you can see, but not pick up. And also like wrong place, like pulse is off. Yeah, let's see what happens if I pick it up on Peetu. So here's Peetu. I'm gonna go pick the stuff up. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that they are kind of like disappearing. And I think I can kind of like launder the stuff to Aatu if my inventory is full. So I think Aatu can now pick the gear up. No. Okay, so that's... No. Alright, so it's all Peetu. It's all Peetu. Huh. So you can kind of like... If this is how we leave it, where you can kind of like tease the opponent like, hey, this is your stuff. This is your stuff, motherfucker. So let's put everything in the bank. And let's pick everything up. Yo, what's up with the paint notes? Hey, that's exactly what it is. It's the superior program. No data leaked into anywhere. Alright, so we got all the stuff now. We have our best gear in the basically the whole game except for the amulet. Peetu was superior. Let's see if we can like two-hit Aatu. Let's see if we can two-hit Aatu. 7, 2, 1. 9. Oh, boy. Down he goes. There he goes. Peetu won the duel against Aatu. ISP is trolling me again. I can barely watch. Have a great day. Lots of fun. Oh, Arze, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one, hopefully. if your internet provider lets you. Hey, wait, we got an item. We got a black ore. Huh? Huh? I'm pretty sure this guy didn't have any loot on him. Maybe he got left behind from the previous one. I don't know. But we just had a random black ore in the ground. Oh yeah, I killed the mob. Okay, so that's actually what happened. Okay. Nice that there's a respawn screen now. Hey, it has been around for a long time. It's just very bare bones. Alright, so auto is back. Yeah, so that's kind of like the feature I wanted to show you. So we have now this duel to the death kind of like feature. And I think it works perfectly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually taking quite a bit of strikes to bring down just the regular guy. Alright. Now, we gotta come up with something new to do. I think we could look at this. When dying, you can see your own stuff. That's a good question. Do we want... I thought it was kind of weird how it spawned like way off. I think kind of like the most important thing is that the loser couldn't pick his own stuff up. But it was still a little weird. So let me take a look at the dual handle player death basically. So we're doing the death RPC. We're spawning to the start. Which we didn't actually do. So we need to take those. So if we're not a server, we're not a bot. So this, I think this should only run for server. I think this should only run on server as far as I'm concerned. Well, let's take this. So if it's bot, and if we're not server, we're gonna return. Let's do it like so. El Robertolo, how's it going? Good day. Jons is here as well. Welcome. Are you developing a multiplayer game? I am. The game is called Shadows of Tuonela. Here's the game. You can wishlist it if you're interested. It is a RuneScape Classic inspired RPG game with a little bit of Finnish folklore. And yeah, it's gonna be this PvE, PvP game. So yeah, there it is. El Robertolo, how's it going? Good day. Alright, so what I wanna do basically, so we're teleporting the player, so we're teleporting it to the default spawn position. So I think that's just wrong. I think that's what's wrong. Who the hell uses Notes app when you can use Paint? Exactly, dude. Exactly. Great. I have a question regarding networking. How do you send actions to the server? Oh wow, you're doing network code right now. Nice timing. Hey, so what do you want to know? I can tell you all about it. Basically, there's a lot of solutions that you can do. I'm using Unity's net code for game objects, so it's NGO, and it's pretty easy to kind of like get started with, but I have started to notice some weaknesses as well. But to be frank, I think a lot of probably all of the solutions that you can do for networking are gonna have weaknesses. But Unity netcode for game objects basically works so that the server is kind of like intertwined. It's kind of like in the project. So like, you know, like traditionally, so traditionally you're gonna have like server, and then you're gonna do like HTTP request basically, and on client, and this is how you like do networking in like traditional sense. But now, oh, it's no, this is not. This is traditionally. The Unity NGO is so NGO is actually like you're gonna have like these. You're inheriting, so you can have your class foo, and it's gonna inherit from network behavior. Network behavior, and what happens is that when you have network behavior, you're gonna attach network object into that class, and then it's basically like automatically on the server as well. So now you can have like, let's say that this is kind of like logic holding your health and maybe your stats, whatever. You can have like a public, public network variable, which can be like health, and this is type int or something. And now what happens is that there's permissions by default. You can change the permissions if you want, but what happens is that server writes, but everyone can read. Everybody can read basically. And what you do is you have the server change this variable, and everyone listens to it. So you have this method called on network spawn. This is basically what gets called to everyone who, or like this gets called to all the network objects. So basically when you spawn, let's say the player, you can listen to this changed. So on health changed, and you can subscribe to it. So you're subscribing to like some method. And then when the server changes the health, so for example, we're like shooting the player, and we're doing the logic of what happens when you get hit, and then the server is like, all right, so we're gonna reduce the health by 5. Then everyone, so all the remote players, all the local players, they get notified. Okay, so we got hit. And then we're basically like all of the different PCs that are in the network are going to be like, okay, so we're running this method, and maybe we'll like, so we have the method like, this is the method that gets called. We're gonna be like update visuals, and then basically that's how it gets networked. Yeah. El Roberto says that I was looking at it from a hacker's perspective. I wanted to know if there's a way to sniff out how the network works. Like, are there requests easily understood, or are they binary format? Are they multiplexed over one connection? Oh, it's HTTP. I thought this would be way too much overhead. So from a security perspective, does the server do all the logic, or can I, as a hacker, send certain packages to the server that causes it to give me more gold? I don't know, like in depth, like I don't know how the actual networking happens, but I can probably point to a couple of things that might be vulnerable. Let me think about it. So, how my game handles this is basically something happens in like client. So let's say that I have a controller. And for example, I press like I don't know, like left mouse button or whatever, left mouse, and I basically interact with, let's just say that we have like a gold mineral. So I am interacting with the gold mineral, and we're basically checking its status. So if the gold mineral is a network object, I'm checking like, okay, so what is the status, what is the state, and if the state is correct, then I am going to send in an RPC, a RPC call. And these RPC remote procedure calls are gonna be sent to the server. We're sending it to server, sent to server. And now the server gets like the request that, okay, so we want to change this value. So for example, like we want to change, we want to like spawn item on the ground or something. Spawn item. And then the server is going to be, all right, so okay, so we got this piece of information now. Let's spawn the item for that player. Now there's a couple of things here. First of all, if the game hasn't implemented any kind of like a lock to how much you can spam it. So if you can like send this RPC call like 1,000 times, well, that's obviously going to be trouble, you know. So this RPC call happens from the client to the server. So here is kind of like one vulnerability where you can basically like spam this RPC call. And if it doesn't, you know, like limit the request amount, then you can just like spawn so much items. But most of them, I would reckon that they are kind of like taking care of that. So is there anything else you can do? Let me think about it. That is a good question. Is there anything else? Security. Yeah, so I might not be the best person to answer this question, but yeah, cool. Yeah, what if you change the client's memory, such as that instead of mining 1 gold, I get 10,000? Do you verify the RPC? What if I change the client's memory, such as that instead of mining 1 gold, I get 10,000? Interesting. Interesting. So how that's gonna work is that basically how that would work is that in this kind of like setup, the server is going to be the one giving you the item, and if it's kind of like set securely, you are only, as a client, you're only allowed to kind of like show the visuals, you know. So basically what the server's gonna do is basically you can have like in this foo class, you can have a list of your inventory, and the inventory can be like a list of for example like items or whatever. So the server is going to be changing that list. All right, server is gonna be the one changing that list, and you are only just like printing out what is in the list. Then if you change the memory, I assume you can change the list, but if the logic is in place, then the server is gonna be like, okay, so you're trying to use this item, then the server is gonna check if you have that item, you know. And if you don't, well then, yeah. Yeah, so that's interesting. Interesting question, definitely. Do we have any security gurus? Maybe you guys can help me out. All right, so what were we talking about? Thanks, interesting stuff. Yeah, let me know if you like figure out anything, because I want to make my game as secure as possible as well. Yeah, there's obviously a lot. Like, I would assume if you can change the memory, for example, so that you're kind of like printing out stuff to your inventory. If the server doesn't like care to check like what's in your inventory, like for example, you wanna use an item or you wanna do something, and the server like doesn't care if you have it or not, that can be like a big vulnerability, you know? So if the server kind of like only does what it's told, and it doesn't like keep track of what the inventory or what the whatever is, so I think you can probably like input whatever you want. So that's probably a big issue. So the server should check in this RPC receiver kind of like, okay, so does he have this inventory list actually? And if he doesn't, then we're not gonna do anything. But you could just trust the client, you know. I guess that's kind of like the solution dependent. Like, did the developer think of it? Tricky lady, how's it going? How's your day? My day is all right. How's yours? I just did a little demo for you, for the viewers, where we had we have a duel. We have a duel to the death mechanic. Gloomy. What's up? Isn't gloomy bad? I need to check that out. Gloomy. It's yeah, it's a little bad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tricky lady. What's up? What's up? If you want to share, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, you know? But I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Okay, so we have this issue. So let's take a look at that. So what's happening? First of all, the spawning. So I think we could actually. I'm kind of like, I'm a little unfocused. Sorry, guys. So just try to keep up with me. So what I want to first do is basically I have the player default spawn point here, and it's over here. The location of it. Is there a way to see the world position? Is there a way to see the world position, local position? I don't wanna get the. Wait, or is this the 127? No sun, bad weather. 7 days left to plant new grass in my yard. 7 days left? What happens after 7 days? Is the grass police gonna come? What the hell? Is this world position 124? If I take this out of the parrot, yeah, okay, so it's minus 124. Yeah, minus 124. Alright. So here are the spawn transforms. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and change this. This is gonna be 127. Oh, I don't know if this needs to be put to 1. Let's try that. I don't know. The grass seed said plant in April. I see. Yeah, you're probably gonna get the best result because they have their longest time to, you know, grow. But I don't think that's the case. It's just over, you know. It's probably not over. Let's do another build. There's daisies and small cornflowers too in the mix. Oh, that sounds cool. What kind of yard are we talking about? Do you have like 3 square meters or 300? Because it's vastly different kind of a job if you have a, you know, a whole lot. I planted so much yesterday. Now it's small. If it's small, maybe you can make it fun, you know, put some good music or a podcast or something, and just like maybe get some wine or something. Yeah. All right. So, wait, okay, never mind. I think Aato was the one who was naked. Let's log in with Peetu. Peetu123. Do you love me? Client. All right. We're gonna do a duel to the death. Yes. Yes. Alright, Aato is going into the spawn. Boom. 3 hits. Okay, not 3 hits. 4 hits. Now he should spawn in the, roughly in the default spawn. Yes! That's it. That's it. Alright, so we fixed that. That's a small win. That's a small win, but I'll take it. Yeah. So let's fix that. I'll just a little bit. There it is. Okay. Changed the global settings default spawn position to match the actual spawn place. Auto in the bin, yep. We might need to consider some little buffs to the last gear, because it feels like even killing like a naked guy takes 4 hits, so I think that's kind of off. It's more been cutting the grass with scissors, trying to not kill the dandelions. The bees need those right now. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute about thinking about the bees. The best thing you can do for bees and bugs is to leave some part of your lawn unattended. That's the best thing you can do. Like even like get a if you have like just a, you know, like a not the tiniest plot, but a little bit more. Let's say that you have like 10 square meters of lawn. Maybe like at the back corner you can have like a, you know, like a fallen trunk. You know, just let that sit there. Let the grass, let the whatever grow freely. That's probably gonna be the best thing you can do for the bugs and whatnots. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I think you're doing a good job here. Tricky Lady. It's so small. Yeah, so we can see the fence is there and the fence is there. Yeah, this is pretty small. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about, but it's really cute though. Yeah. I think if this is kind of like the area you're dealing with, I think like thinking about biodiversity or like the lives of the bugs is a little far-fetched. That's kind of like the thing I have with if you have so little space, I think you should just like try to like maximize what you want out of it. And thinking about like that, you know, like 9 birdhouses. Damn, yeah, I can see it. There's 1, 2. Can I see more? I think that's 1 as well. 3. I think that's a bird feeder. Maybe I'm looking wrong. 6 insects holders. Damn, you're really into this stuff, aren't you? Hey, I can appreciate that. Yeah, if that's what you want to do with your little lawn, I think that's cute. Yeah, I think that's cute. But I know for a fact that the bugs and the, you know, the wildlife, we're not talking about like mammals, but you know, like small insects and whatnot. They appreciate if you don't cut your grass. If you just, you know, put a dead like wooden trunk there to kind of like give the bugs and stuff some shelter. And yeah, they're gonna appreciate that. If you have some flowers, yeah, the bees and whatnot are gonna appreciate that. Yeah, I think you have a lovely little black backyard. Yeah, that's really cute. Really cute stuff. Okay, so we got 1 bug down. Now next, when dying in combat, you see your own stuff. So what's up with that? So in the duel, when we are handling the dropped item data, so this is where we're doing it. Super Chew, Finland. How's it going, Super Chew? Nice to see you. Jättebra dager. I can't remember. Good evening. How's it going, Super Chew? Behind the yard with the huge trees, there's tons of dead wood. Yeah, the insects love dead wood. It's good for them. All right, so we're talking about this stuff. So we're coming in with, okay, so that's the network object. Drop position is gonna be the winner network object. All right, that's probably fine. Then we're gonna do the drop list. Is the inventory. Sure. Then we're gonna be all right. So did we kill a bot? So this is basically that. How's Super Chew doing? Did you celebrate Easter? And then we're just looping through the drop list. Okay, so the drop position, this is the drop, and that's the winner. So I think this will spawn it to the player. So if this is not null, yeah, we're gonna spawn it with ownership. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Okay, where did we go? Where did we go now? All right. So then we are going into, let's see, the other one. So if the loser is not a bot, basically. So let's just change this to if it's not a bot. So loser, losing, what was it? What was it? Input loser, yeah. If this is not a bot, so we're gonna turn that around. Then we're gonna do this. It's hazelnut trees, so that's good for me in autumn. I also planted thistle seeds between those. They're both edible for me, but also great for bees, and I don't have to walk about in that area anyway. You're really adorable when you think it's that way. You're doing the best you can with the little space you have. I think that's really cute. Really cute stuff. I think, like, I used to study city planning for a little while. I think every city should have like like pretty big parts of parks like untouched. I think that would make a big difference. And even like across the city and across towns, there should be some areas where the nature just like the nature is, you know. There doesn't have to be any like caring, any like grass cutting, none of that. Just like let it grow. I think that would be good for the nature. Super True says that yeah, got some days off, lots of chocolate, way too much chocolate. Hey, we were talking about chocolate earlier. What's your favorite chocolate? All right. So basically, if the loser was not a bot, so this means that the player is this is bot 1. No, this is not bot 1. Wait, what? Bots don't get loot. Yeah? This is bot 1. No, this is that loser was a player. This loser was a player. Then we need to add the equipped items, right? Oh yeah, we're not actually checking if the winner is a bot. Yeah, we're not checking it. I think we ought to do that. Okay, so let's get rid of the. I hate all this screen shit. I freaking hate all this screen shit. So let's get. I want to get rid of this shit. I want to get rid of this shit. All right, all right. Just make it a little cleaner. All right, so let's write this a little bit like let's think about this. Let's think about this, ladies and gentlemen. So first let's distinguish whether any of the players were bots. So let's do like what first player is a bot. There it is. Second player is a bot. Okay, so now we know. Is either of them bots? Okay. Then we get the inventory list from the loser. And I think we could like add it here. So basically, if the loser was a player, we need to add equipped items into the list. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. We are gonna do this, so we're just gonna go ahead and check that. If the loser was a player, so if second player was a bot, then we are going to add the equipped items into the dropped list. All right. So now we have the dropped data. Next, we're gonna be like, okay, so if the losing player is a bot and winner is a player. So basically we can do like, all right, so if second player is a bot and first player is not a bot. So what are the different scenarios? I think we gotta like write them down. I think we gotta like think about this. Oh, I mean, they don't really have Marabu or anything like that over here. Well, you can get it some places, but got some fancy chocolate from a place near work though. Nice. You know, us Finns, we have a little bit of a mixed relationship with Marabu. Like, I know a lot of people enjoy Marabu, but you know, it's a rival. It's a rival and it's Swedish, so you know, Marabu, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's no Fatser. Blow your nose. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you. Ooh. All right. So let's think about this. So, what are the different scenarios? So basically, we have player one. Okay, so there's always two players. There's always two opponents. So let's think about like all the scenarios. All right. That's a decent mic. Yeah, that's a really good mic. This is a Rode Procaster. So let's say we have player and we have bot. Then obviously we have the mirror. We have bot and we have a player, right? And then we have a player versus player. And then we have a bot versus bot. That's it, right? I think that's it. That's all the different scenarios. So there's 4 different kind of like outcomes. So we need to check what happens on each one of these. So if player wins the bot, player gets loot. Player and owner. I'm gonna write like player and owner. This means that the player gets to own the gear that the bot had. If bot won, then it becomes free for all. Free for all. If player versus player, then player becomes owner. And if we have bot, it becomes free for all. That's it. I heard everything. Yeah, I got it pretty. I got set it up fairly. You know, what is the word I'm looking for? It's sensitive. Yeah. I try to make it so that I don't need to yell, because I've had some problem with my voice. Marabu milk chocolate is good, but I like Fatser's milk chocolate better. That is the proven Finnish way. Yeah, how's Progok doing, by the way? So that's it, basically. So I think what we can deduct out of this beautiful situationship graph is that if player 1 was a player, they are gonna get the stuff. And if bot was the player 1, they are gonna drop it for everyone, basically. Yeah. So if the winning player states a winning PS, if that was a bot, then free for all. Free for all spawn on the ground. And if winning player state is not a bot, then we drop with ownership. That's it. If you scratch your beard, we get a ASMR. All right, so that's it. I think let's put that down for a ride. So basically, I think this is important that we are kind of like we are combining the lists. So that should be it. Now, I'm gonna make this more simple. I'm actually gonna rewrite this. I might be. I'm just gonna like copy it in case I fuck up. I'm gonna copy it in case I fuck up. But what I'm gonna do is that basically, if the so if the winner is a bot, we drop free for all. So basically, we're gonna be like, if first player is a bot, then we're gonna go ahead and drop everything for everyone. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna go over the drop list and we're gonna spawn them on the ground with no ownership. Then, if the loser was a player, we are gonna drop the items with ownership. So let's do else if. This is gonna be like first player is not a bot. We're gonna go ahead and drop them for the winner. Got to go. I'll try and check in more often from next week. Been busy. Hey, Super 2, nice to see you, and I hope to see you around. All right. So that's it. I think that covers it. I think this is as simple as it gets. I think this is literally as simple as it gets. This basically covers the two scenarios, so that if the winner is a bot, then we're just gonna drop it on the ground, and if it's not, then we're gonna spawn it with the ownership. All right. Now, this is also important. This is also important. I think we are gonna return. I think we gotta do one more check here. So I think we... Okay, so we are actually checking for null here. Let's do a little bit of a check here. So I think if the second player is a bot, I think we can return. Yeah, so this means that the loser was a bot and we don't want to clear their inventory for null ref. I think this is what we gotta do. So basically, if the second player is a bot, that means that they are getting despawned and they're gonna be respawning at this point. And we're kind of like, we're actually like deleting their game object. So we don't want to like go into their inventory list anymore. This can cause null ref. So yeah. Hey, Laretsky, is everything going smoothly? Everything's going pretty good. Everything's going pretty good. How's Lara doing? Although now I poked my glasses and it has that annoying little, you know, like grease mark. Sorry about that. Ever since Tricky Lady told me that you can hear everything, now I noticed. Peekaboo! Ilumski, how was the gig? How was the show? How the hell am I making like so many fingerprints in my glasses? What is up? What is up? Gots to go. All right, so I think that's better. Damn, it was something. Was it good? Something can be bad as well. All right, so we're gonna clear that. I think so. Now, this is actually something I wanna do. Add a timer to change the ownership. So I think this is what we're gonna do. So let's do that now. I'm just gonna get rid of this shit. And I'm gonna commit before we continue. Okay, what the hell did I do? Alright, so simplified the item dropping logic upon combat. Yep. I am good, says Laretski. Went some Vasu-keskustelu at daycare, now eating so good potatislik soup. Damn, sounds good. Sounds good, Lare. Sounds good to me. Are you feeling better already? Are you still sick? Ilushi says that partially I had to feel like some songs doesn't go that well to me. But then there were some hard bangers that felt like being in trance. I'm missing that feeling. I'm missing that feeling. Sometimes a few beers help to get to that. Like, I don't know about you, Ilomski, but sometimes in like tight crowds, you get a little anxious, and it's like hard to like relax and kind of like focus on the music. You're just like constantly aware of your surroundings. A few beers really help to get past that. At least I've found that. All right, so I want to do another thing here. So basically, this is all fine and dandy, but what I want to do is I want to do the RuneScape thing, so that when a timer runs out, so there's gonna be like some sort of like time until despawn. And I think this is gonna be like 5 minutes or something. It could be less, it could be more. I'm open to suggestions. But what I want to do here, and what I've kind of like put off, is that once this timer goes out, we're gonna spawn free for all. And I think it's gonna be like, we're gonna hold it there for... Should we do another 5 minutes? Another 5 minutes? And I think we should check like if it had like an owner, then we're gonna do this. If it didn't, then I think we're just gonna get rid of it. Yeah. My throat is still not in the best condition, but I'll manage. Sometimes, yeah, funky enough though that I dropped drinking just before second band. So I wanna do this. And how are we gonna do that? Is that I think we're gonna do the dropped data. So here we have the drop data, and here we have the despawn time. I wonder how this works. Okay, so when we're picking up the item, I think we are removing the drop data, right? So if the drop data is not null, we're going here, blah blah blah, and then we are, yeah, we're despawning the dropped item, and we're removing the, okay. So what I think we could do here is basically in the drop data itself. In the drop data itself, I think we could do something in here. Would that make any sense? Like, I'm thinking like, okay, so when this kind of like, when this gets called, we're gonna like start a coroutine or something that's gonna like respawn it with no ownership. I wonder if that works. I wonder if that would work. There's one thing actually that's kind of like on my mind as well, is that the inventory manager, the inventory manager is here. And when we are spawning onto the ground, instantiate spawn position quaternary identity. I think what we could do here is spawn under the inventory manager. I think this might be good practice because then they're gonna be nice and organized in the scene. But we gotta test that out. We gotta test that out. Alright, so that's it. Let's try this out. So basically when we are here, we're basically creating the drop data. So I suppose we could do it here. Let's check whether whether the item is communistic or not. So if the player network was not null, then we are gonna start a coroutine. So let's try. Let's start that. Let's see how we handle it over here. So I think we got this. Start changing. So we're gonna do this. Private enumerator starts free for all item countdown, something like that. And we need the system collections probably. Start free. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do the start coroutine, and there it is. I think this might need let's see how this handled in here. Combat, yeah, I think what we could do is do this, because I think it needs I think it needs like a transform to run under. So let's do instance start coroutine. We need a game object which is used to run the coroutine. But hey, Ilumski, nice to hear about you. Our game's coming together very nicely. I did a lot of work on the weekend to kind of like get the game forward, and we got the duel running now. There's not that much like new feature wise. There's just a whole bunch of, you know, like tweaking, honing, polish, kind of like playtesting, and then we need the new NPCs. That's basically it. I think I'm gonna do the prefabs, if not today, tomorrow. And hopefully if you have time to kind of like help with the rig and animations, that would be basically it. Then we are gonna be good to proceed to, yeah, we're gonna be good to proceed. Yeah, so what this needs now is we need the yield return, whatever shit. So let's see how we handle it here. So we have yield return, you wait for seconds. Let's try this. Sometimes it feels like I'm allergic to coffee. Can I pass in values here? So basically the despawn time. Can I put that input despawn time? Int despawn time or like respawn time, or like, can I do that? Float to int. Right, well I think it should be int to be honest with you. Let's make it despawn time, respawn time. Man, I think all of these should be ints. It just makes more sense, you know. We don't need any more accuracy. We don't need more whatever. Is this float? Yeah, it's I think we can do like int 10 minutes. Let's make this half of that, so 300 seconds. All right, so that can't be turned into what? Can we cast this into an int? I suppose we can. All right, so I think that's it. So now all right, so now what I want to do is I want to wait for this. And when this is done, before we respawn the item with different ownership. So that's it. That's basically it. But now that I realized that, I suppose we are going to need... I think we gotta pass in the drop data, right? Alright, let's see if we can just pass in this. So we're gonna go ahead and check the dropped items for the drop data. And once that is done, then we are gonna go ahead and spawn it again. We're gonna spawn it again. Spawn on the ground. Same position. Item that dropped. I'm gonna remove it. And I think we're gonna add it. Spawn on the ground. Wait. Okay, so I think this actually includes the shit, yeah. Yeah, so that works. 1200. 1200. Wait. How much is 1200? Isn't that like 20 minutes? 1200 divided by 60 is 20 minutes. What the hell, dude? Let's do like 300. Global settings. Item despawn in seconds. What is that? Alright, so start free-for-all item countdown. And if it still contains it, then we're gonna remove it. So I think that should work. Now, how do we test this? How do we test this out? So I think how we're gonna test this out is make the timing even shorter. Let's make it like 20 seconds. And we're gonna try it out. I think we might need to change the observer logic. So there is this thing called, like, is the network object like observable by who or by whom? So I think we probably gotta change that. So first let's see that the code works before we go multiplayer. So here's our naked auto. Let's get him some gear. We are so we have 3 items for him. That's all right. 4 items. It ain't much. Okay, so we. All right. So let's see if we kill one of these bots. Guys, I've been thinking, like, if we were to add some sort of like difficulty level for these mobs, how would we, like, how would we show it? All right, so we got a perch. Everything seems to be working. I'm gonna eat that. So it seems like everything works. So let's build. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so we have a build now. Let's log in. So the ownership should change really quick now. I am guessing I missed something, but we'll see. Let's log in with Peetu. There is Peetu. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kill this guy here. Let's use Peetu. Peetu is more powerful. Alright, so there's so perch doesn't show. So that's the important part. So perch doesn't show for auto. What happens in 20 seconds? Let's kill the other guy as well. We have 2 perches. We should be seeing something happening now at auto. I think 20 seconds have passed. Yeah, I think 20 seconds have passed, so I think it didn't work. And as we can see, the items are still here. At least this purchase. Yeah, so let's have another look at the logic. Maybe we missed something. Maybe we missed something. Alright, so in the inventory manager, when we're killing someone, we are going into the handle item drop data, which we kind of like went over. If the second player's bot, so this is when we're no, this is so if the first player is a bot, if the second player is bot, so here we're going and spawning onto the ground with ownership. So we're coming over here, we're doing we're instantiating and we're instantiating it under the shit. Then we're doing network object instance. I think we could rename this. It's gonna be like Dropped item. Let's make it dropped item. I think that's okay. So that doesn't work. It's dropped item prefab. So this is what it's gonna be called now. Okay. So we're instantiating it, blah blah blah. We're taking the network object. We're taking the dropped item asset. Then we're checking, alright, so network object, if it's not null, then we're spawning with ownership. Alright, so does this have... No. We're just putting that in. Fine. If it's null, then we're just spawning it. Okay. Then we're checking, alright, so is the dropped item not null, then we're gonna set up it. And then we are gonna create the drop data, so we have the item to drop. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's there, it's the int, okay. Alright. So we're just going into here, we're putting in the... I think this could be named as better as well, so this could be like the dropped item prefab network object. So we're putting in the network object ID, we're putting in the actual network object. This could be like the owner network object. Let's rename these to make them make more sense. So we're putting in that, and we're doing the item in despawn in seconds, which is 20, so that should be correct. We're not... So this is by default that. So we don't actually even need to like say that out loud. Just gonna do it instantly. We're creating new drop data, blah, 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 blah. And then we're gonna do like, I don't think we're gonna be needing this is communistic shit. Let's take it away. We don't need that shit. Alright, where were we? So we're creating... I don't know if we need the spawn time either, but let's just keep it in. Spawn time, time. I think I'm gonna get rid of this for now. Just to make it easier to kind of like figure it out. We're not using it right now. Oh, it's used. It's used over here. So that's how we're handling the despawning. Okay, so let's put it back. I still don't want the communistic though. So what we're actually doing is we're doing an update loop instead of the coroutine. I suppose we could do it like this. So basically we're just like updating here, blah blah blah. We're going through the dropped items. If the dropped item, blah blah blah, is if the time minus dropped item spawn time is bigger than despawn time, we are despawning it. We're removing it from the list. I wonder if the coroutine is a better idea than this. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and comment this out. That's important thing that we remember how to do that. So we gotta despawn it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take it away. And what I actually want to do, so I'm gonna draw it up so that we get it right. So basically, when we are creating the dropped data, what I kind of want to accomplish is that I'm doing like all the variables, blah 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 blah, and then we're gonna start the despawn. So like start despawn coroutine. We're gonna start this coroutine, and we're gonna wait until basically the despawn time. Now, when we go through this, I want to check what the drop data. So is the drop data, does it have? So if it doesn't have an owner, then we're just gonna go ahead and despawn it. So despawn and remove from list. Remove, that's a beautiful remove. But if it does have it, if it does have owner, then what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna like create new drop data. So we're gonna create new drop data without the owner. So we're kind of like redoing the same item. We're kind of like respawning it. And we're gonna give it another life, but then it's not gonna have an owner, and next time it's gonna go away. So I think that's what we could do. I don't know if this is the good practice, but that's kind of like makes sense in my little marshmallow head. So let's try that. So basically, when we're creating the drop data, blah 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 blah. Huge Ilpo! How's it Ilpo doing? We are actually like we're cooking the duel. Do you remember Ilpo the duel last week? The dueling works. I'm gonna show it later. So what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna start the coroutine regardless here. So we're just gonna go ahead and start the coroutine. Nice. How's Ilpa doing? So we're gonna do start item despawn coroutine. So that's gonna be the beautiful name. And then we're gonna go here and we're gonna go through the despawn time. And then we're gonna be like checking, okay, so does it still exist? If it does, then we're gonna do our thing here. So if the drop data, dropped item didn't have an owner, we're just going to despawn it. On the other hand, if it did have an owner, then we'll respawn it with no owner. Yeah. Mirage Wolf! Or is it Mirage Wolf? Probably Mirage. How's it going? How was your Pasiane? Pasiane was good! Pasiane was good. We had a chill time with the family. We bought our son his very first bike. He's got one of those bikes, you know, those small ones. Where you there's no pedals, so you can't actually pedal, but it's you know like a potkupyörä. You can just like stand on it, and it has like a seat, but no pedals, so they can kind of like practice how the bike works, how you balance and whatnot. And he was just like you know like walking in the middle of it and just like trying to hold tight, and I think he was having a good time. But he got tired of it like after an hour. Yeah, so that's what happened. He and Garnet went to Prisma, our hyper supermarket, and he picked the colors himself. He really likes red, so he picked like a red helmet and a red bike. How's it going, Mirage Wolf? He's really cute with it. So we're just gonna despawn it. I think we should do this the other way around. If the item, dropped item, did have an owner, so we're just gonna spawn it again. So we're going with the network object transform position. Then we need the item ID, item to drop. Dropped item, item that dropped, so that's that. And then we need the ownership, which we're not gonna do. And then we're gonna remove that from the list, okay? And then we're gonna do like, okay, so if the dropped item didn't have an owner, then we're gonna just despawn it. And I think we probably ought to do that even if we do this. And I think we are going to despawn it regardless. Because we just did a new one. So we're gonna be dropped item network despawn. And then I think we're gonna do this. I think that's it. I think that's it. Doing good. Just had a guy from Giganti come over to our replace our old washing machine with a new one. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. We've had this annoying problem, like every now and then, where our like basically new dishwasher just like leaves some water at the bottom. Like I've checked out the filters and shits, and it's not like a filter issue. It's probably either a pump issue or there's some shit. Maybe there's some shit. Alright, let's not remove that one, remove this one. Hey, .many will show you some huge progress. New dishwashers are supposed to leave some water. Really? Really, is that it? Well, some like once it was actually like the bottom of the dishwasher had some like water. So I don't think that's what it's supposed to do. But yeah, this one definitely does leave some water. But hey, how's .many doing? So is the logic correct now? Let's take a look what we had in the update loop. So we're basically checking that, and then we are just despawning and removing. Okay, so I think that should work. I think that should work. So when we're creating the drop data, we are creating the item despawn coroutine. We're waiting until the despawn time. If it exists. Okay, so what if it doesn't exist? I suppose if this is the case, yeah, like I guess we already deleted it, or it got picked up. Sorry about hitting the mic. It shouldn't show though, but there's water in the filter area. Yeah, alright, so that's good to know. Spawn on the ground, blah 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 blah. Hey, I think that's it. I think that's it. Let's do a prediction. Guys, are you feeling good about your gamble luck? So let's do a new one. Will the re-despawn work? Yes. No. 2 minutes. Lately, no, I've had too much faith in you. You mother... Alright, so there's still one thing that this doesn't take into account. This doesn't change the observers. And I think we gotta... I think I'm gonna do that today as well. Because we don't want to have like random people like see your loot. They should only see if they have ownership. And this doesn't take that into account. But I think this is a good step towards that. But we'll see. We'll see if this works. 10 points in doubt? Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Don't make me sad with the points. Gamble! Hame says gamble! Alright, I'm just gonna check if we have any, like, any crashes or whatnot. Logging in as Aatu. We're just gonna test whether we can even see the loot. 10 points versus 10 points. You guys are making me sad. Hey, Vaka, when are we doing Shadows of Tuonela Remastered? Next year. Yep. Alright, so that guy didn't drop anything. I hope it was just a one-time thing. Where are the mobs? There they are. Dotman says that I know this because when I bought 2013 an apartment a few years back, my washing machine had issues with the pump. Luckily, I knew a dude that fixed and resold broken washers as a hobby, so I asked him about it, and he said just get a new pump. It was really easy to change, saved pretty penny. All right, so you can loot, which is enough of evidence that we can test this out. Let's test this out, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dotmany, have you ever had a company? I think you had a company. Did you have a osakeyhtiö or what did you have? All right, let's try this out. Frozen Visions was a osakeyhtiö. All right. What do you think? Like my little business here that I'm running, like this content creation / game making / maybe talking to people about my shit, like seminars and like visiting some schools or whatnot. Like if we take those, should I do toiminimi or osakeyhtiö? What do you think? Let's do Peetu. We are logging in as Peetu. We have Aatu and Peetu. Don't ask. Alright. Aatu on its way to Whack-A-Mole, Reetu, Peetu. Yes. Here's Aatu and here's Peetu. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna test out on Peetu. I'm gonna attack this mob. I'm gonna kill this mob and then we're gonna see what happens. Alright, so he got gear, and as you can see, Aatu sees it too. Which probably means that it's wrong. Let's kill the other guy. Okay, so that guy didn't drop anything. Let's see if Aatu can pick this up. So Aatu just picked it up. That's very good. That's very good stuff. Not what I wanted. Let's see what happens after 20 seconds. Alright, so there's a... Oh my god! What? The black ore got yeeted, so it's here. And then there's... So there's some like crazy desync happening with the loot. What is up with that? So the loot is there and it's not... Okay, so now it's there actually. On both of the occasions. So... Mamacita. So Aatu can pick it up. Let's see if Aatu kills this one. Yeah, this is a little toxic environment. Like you can steal other people's loot. Alright, let's see if we get anything. Alright, we got Purge and the Purge got yeeted. And okay, so Peetu can't loot it. Okay, so Peetu can't loot it. That's good stuff. Let's see what happens after 20 seconds. So 20 seconds should be when the coroutine runs out. And we should see like a respawn when it like becomes... Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it syncs. And then I can loot it. So it kind of works. So I couldn't loot it, but then I could. Wait. So Aatu is the local host, so he's also the server. Peetu is a remote client. And it seemed like it worked like perfectly with the remote client. I just realized that you should probably like see this other point of view as well, right? So I'm sorry for being dumbass. So I think I killed it as this other guy. So let's see if this guy can loot the shoe. No. So we can't loot the shoe, but we can loot it in 20 seconds, which is correct. So I think we are like, I think we're really close. Yeah. So see that? We could now loot the boot. We could loot the boots. There's one more try. Okay, so a couple more tests. One of them is that what happens when we're moving. We gotta fix that as well. So what happens after 40 seconds? Osakeyhtiö needs heavy bookkeeper and probably someone outside of company. Toiminimi, not enough money to be osakeyhtiö. Yeah, I hear it's free these days. Wait, where did the order go? Was that 40 seconds? Was that 40 seconds? Like, I can't believe it was 40 seconds. Will you hide it from non-owners for the 20 seconds? No, it's gonna be free for all, like, after 20 seconds. Alright, so I'm actually taking a look at the clock now, so... Okay, apparently I'm not. Okay, so let's see. I think we can see when it kind of like respawns. Alright, so now it just completely disappeared on me. I think servers, like when server gets the loot, they just like... No, wait, no, this is not server, this is the remote client. Why does it disappear so quickly? So there's the ore. Okay, we're not even seeing it this time, which I think is correct. All right, so it's nowhere to be seen. All right, I don't think it works correct, guys. I don't think it works correctly. All right, so there's a black ore again. This guy's not seeing jack shit. I don't think it's working correctly, guys. I'm gonna read your company talk. So I think it's been like 10 seconds now. Alright, so it just disappears altogether. And I need a better weapon for this guy, so let's I'm gonna give him a better weapon. I think this is the guy, so I'm gonna give him equipables. No, it was Peetu, fuck. Can he loot this? No. Okay, so it's the other guy. Drop 10 equipables. Alright, so Peetu has some sick gear there. And alright, so let's give Aatu a little bit of a gear boost. So he's gonna have the best weapon now and the best ring. So what happens now? Okay, so I'm on, this is my host, so there's the item. Can I see it? Yeah, so like you can see the host's stuff, which is a little worrying. And I think I can even loot it. What happens after 20 seconds? Okay, it's respawned. And then after 20 seconds it should disappear. So it seems like the host is kind of like getting the real deal. I think I might know why that is the case. Yeah, so okay, so what? It felt like it like spawned like for the third time. Did it just like spawn for the third time? I can still loot it though. I don't fucking know. Okay, so that needs a little bit more brainstorming. So let's see what you guys wrote. I would go for Osakeyhtiö when things go bigger. You can get more info for things like this. Uusyrityskeskus Business Oulu is free. Always also good if you plan on taking a loan, since then you can take the loan for the company. Yeah, the bankruptcy. Yeah, of course there's business loans that force you to take part of it personally, like Finvera does. Will you hide it from non-owners? I mean, for the first 20 seconds, like it was in the OG RuneScape. Yeah, so the logic of the looting. So let's do a new one. So what I want the logic to be here is that so if the winner is bot, then the drop is gonna be instantly free for all. And we're gonna do a kind of like a code routine to despawn it. And it's gonna be like a despawn time, like a you know, like a blanket number. So this is gonna be the despawn time, and then we're gonna remove it. Okay. Then if the winner is a player, then we are gonna drop it with ownership, and that others won't see it. So I think this should be also like kind of like no spectators, no specs. And then if it doesn't get picked up, that's the point. So if it doesn't get picked up, the despawn time is gonna run, and then when it's out, we're gonna do a new item that's gonna like we're gonna spawn it again, and it's gonna be free for all. Yeah, I suppose you could just change the ownership. I think you can do that. I think you can change the ownership on runtime. That would make it so that it doesn't get flown around, I suppose. Yeah. So I think that's kind of like the scenario. So if the ownership is there, then the despawn time is gonna be like twice as long. So it's gonna be first for the owner only, and then the other is gonna be like free for all. But right, I think what we saw back there was that, so we basically had this like host, and then we had the remote client. And what I think we saw was that when the host killed something, it like spawned for everyone. Like it spawned free for all. And then I think it like spawned free for all again. And maybe even again. Like I think we just got like in this loop. What with the host. And then when remote client killed, I think we got the spawn with ownership. And then nada. So I think after this it just disappeared. I think this is what happened. Does Unity have behavior tree tool for AI? I don't know. I don't know. What is that? So what happened? I have a feeling it might be like the problem might be that maybe this isn't run on server, or maybe because I am doing the code routine. So when I'm doing the code routine, maybe this happens locally. Maybe this happens locally, and maybe that's kind of like the problem. So for example, this inventory manager, I think everyone has a kind of like a version of this. I think everyone has a version of this. And this is actually like this is an annoying bug that has been kind of like biting my ass. Let's see. Let's see here. So, do I have network? So I don't have a network object in my combat manager. All right. So what I think I could do is apparently you can do this check. You can like do this network manager singleton is server check. Like even if you don't have the network object in it, you can do kind of like this check, like are we running this on server? So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this on everything just to make sure that we are doing this on server only. So inventory manager. Let's do like this. I'm gonna change this so that inventory manager can only be called on server. And then we're gonna go ahead and do these basically. We're gonna do this. I just want to make sure that we shouldn't be on anywhere, like these shouldn't be getting called anywhere else than server. All right, I don't think this will run because it's getting called here already, so that's probably gonna be fine. Let's do it here as well. Okay. Maybe that changed something. Maybe we'll get an error that's, hey, you are trying to do something that's not allowed. Then there's also kind of like the thing that the dropped item was kind of like flying all around the place. And it wasn't like syncing. So let's take a look at the dropped item. And let's take a look at the bots real quick. So we have the bots. So for example, we have the black bots. They are tagged. They are on layer player. Do they need to be on layer player? I think they could be on layer bot as well. Am I using the layer player anywhere? Am I using the layer player? It's fun to say layer player. So when we are, for example, trying to fight. Yeah, we're just checking for the tag. I think we can change it. I could be mistaken. Let's try it. So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna add a new one. There's gonna be a new layer called bot. There's gonna be a new layer called bots, and I'm gonna put the guy in it. New bots, black. You're gonna be on bot layer. I hope that doesn't change anything. And now that kind of like the layer is different, what I can do is what was my goal? I forgot about it. Oh yeah, what I can do is add. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't fucking know. Maybe it can be player. Maybe I'm just like hallucinating right now. So my goal is check the dropped item, and it's kind of like, so it has a rigid body, and it includes ground, nothing else, excludes everything except scram. I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe I'm hallucinating. All right, let's give it another go. All right. I think we should probably do like multiple things on this one because it always fucks my brain up when you're doing like these tests, and one of them is like the self-host, so they act as server and client. So it's just the worst. I freaking like Vakatsa was right. I freaking hate doing multiplayer games once, like sometimes, because the self-host just it is such an exception. It's exception on everything. If that includes drawing lines between blocks to code, then I hope not. It does. You can use C++ for it if you want, but has the logic in it, making it way simpler, like priorities and sequences. All right, so let's give this a go. So I am gonna go ahead and just play focused. All right. Okay, so we're already getting called that inventory manager can only be called on server. Good stuff. Good stuff. Why are Unity peasants allergic to spaghetti? Because somebody ate my spaghetti. Alright, so we're gonna log in. This is gonna be Beto. Beto is coming in. Beto is coming in hot. Alright, so here's Beto. And let's do one more guy. So this guy, you are gonna be... You don't need to be that big. Come on. So you're gonna be... I think we have blacksmith. Let's see if we have blacksmith. Blacksmith. That doesn't seem right. Do we have blacksmith? Yeah, we have a blacksmith. Alright, so we have 3 different players here. This is gonna be called blacksmith. And now we're gonna be observing. We're gonna be observing people. So I'm gonna put this on full screen or like half screen. This guy's gonna be on half screen. So we have blacksmith who is gonna be just watching, and we have Beto who is gonna be doing the killing here. So Beto is killing one guy here. And there's a perch, and let's see what we see on here. So there's one perch which cannot be seen, which is very good. Now the perch should appear any moment now to blacksmith. Alright, so it is there. I can see the perch. It moved a little bit. Can I pick it up? I can pick it up. Very good. Alright, let's attack to another guy. Come on, guy. Come on, dude. Come on. Alright, so I'm observing again. Nothing dropped, I think. Nothing dropped. Alright, so there's a perch. There's another mob here. Okay, so let's see now. This should appear, this perch. Okay, the perch is here. Now let's see if it disappears. It did disappear. Guys! Guys, it disappeared. Fuck yeah. Alright, so there's one more thing. Let's see if okay, he's running away. He's running away. Yeah, they move. It's like the sync is not perfect, so I think we gotta check that. Try the looting of both the invisible and the visible item. Yeah, so do you mean like the owner is gonna pick the item and if it like reappears? Yeah. Okay, let's see. So I'm just not getting any loot, which is quite unlucky. Alright, so there's a black ore, as you can see on blacksmith, he doesn't see it. And if we pick it up, well, we don't have any loot, like spots, so... Okay, I picked it up. And now nothing should happen, if everything works right. Yeah. Now let's see what happens. Like, can I loot? All right, so there's a black ore. Let's delete some shit. So this guy can not see it, and it should appear any moment now. It's there. Okay. All right, so it's there. And this guy can still take it. All right. So we got a little bit of desync. The item is all over the place. Yeah. Okay, now there's one more thing. So one owner picks it up. Does it appear for the non-owner still? Yeah, so I think we debunked that. Try looting the invisible item on the non... Oh, that's a good one. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna try to... So we're gonna try to pick up the item... Wait, why? What? Why can't I see the item now? There's the item. I can't pick it up though. Why do I see it? I can pick the... Yeah. So it's just... So it seems like the ownership is kind of like random. Is it a desync for sure and not some math problem? I think it's a desync because I gave them rigid body. And I don't know, the physics are probably like not done on server. So I think it's kind of like all of the different like server and clients, they kind of like calculate the physics differently. So okay, so let's try to loot the invisible perch. Perch. I'm not seeing it. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? I pushed it away. Did you see that shit? Like I couldn't see it, but I pushed it. So did it end up like on the other side? Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's funny. That's pretty fucking funny. Can you clip that? I love that. Holy shit. Yeah, alright, so... Okay, so what was that? Alright, so we had a couple of bugs. So... Bugs, first of all, sometimes owner item was visible. And then we had the rigid body, kind of like the rigid body desync, and remote players like non-owners like pushing the item. It's a feature, not a bug. Yeah, you can really grief. You can like freaking throw or like push others' loot into the sea or something. That's funny. That's funny. That's freaking funny. Let's go. All right, so let's close all this shit. How quickly do they, by the way, despawn? Because as you can see, they are still here. Like, I wonder what's the kind of like the despawn time. What is the despawn time on these guys? So the dropped items, do they actually drop under the combat man or like inventory manager? No. How comes there's 3 dropped items? What are these? So there's still a perch. And there's... What? Yeah, there's an item falling through the ground, apparently. Okay. So it seems to me like these aren't getting deleted properly. Why aren't these guys getting deleted? Hey, Mega Burger. Good day. It's going pretty good, although we got a lot of testing. Okay, so I think something disappeared or whatever. No, these guys are here to stay. These guys are here to stay, let me tell you. Huh. I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. So we only got these ones. That's fine. Okay. Let's think about these bugs. So sometimes winner item was visible. So let's take a look at the documentation of Unity. What should we do? Like network object observers. So let's like check that out. Object visibility. Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking about. Hello. So using visibility, one way to determine visibility is to assign callback to network object. Check object visibility. Callback is invoked when new clients connect or just before the associated network object is spawned. Looking at an example below, we can see the callback includes a client identifier as a parameter, which is used to determine whether the network object is visible to the client. Okay. So you can do network object check object visibility. If it isn't assigned, then netcode for game objects assumes it's visible to all. Alright, so how do you change the fact? So here's the network object. Network show client ID to show. Yeah, so that's basically it. Spawn a network object with no observers. I think we could do that. So basically when we are spawning the object, so here's the kind of like, so if the winner was a bot, then this will be like spawn with observers, right? And then this, when the player is like, I think here we're gonna do like no observers except for the client. Except. I think that makes sense, right? How's Mega Burger doing? Good day. I think that would work. So what we need to do is we're basically here. We are spawning it onto the ground. So if so if it's not null, Which one comes first, spawn or the visibility? First the observer, okay. Spawn with observers, false. So we're gonna do this. This, false. And then we're gonna like add the one client, which is this one. No, it's this one. Network object, network show. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We don't need that. That. And this is gonna be the owner network object ID. Right? Client ID. This is the client ID, right? Owner client ID. Is it the network object ID or the owner client ID? Like, what is there a difference? Spawn with ownership. Yeah, so I think that should work. I don't know if we need to do the spawn with ownership though. I think we can just like spawn it now. Maybe we'll just like spawn it. Maybe that's the way to go. I'm just gonna like comment this out and spawn it like so. Here we are trying to first remove the observers, then show it for the owner, then spawn it. So let's try that. And then when we have the regular spawn, we're gonna do this with a true. We're gonna do this with a true. All right. Next, Hitai. Hey, how's it going? Hover over it, should have description of it. Do you mean the spawn of the ownerships? This doesn't really show me. Where did I lost the spawn with owners. The network object ID versus right. Yeah. Okay, so this one was the one I was supposed to do that. So the network object ID, just network object ID, owner client ID. So I suppose like if you spawn network objects with ownership, then this is gonna show who the owner is. And I think this is kind of like the ID. Are you missing like Unity extension in code? I could be, I think I got like some error that some of the libraries or extensions was like deprecated. But yeah, this doesn't really tell me much. Network object ID. I feel like ID should be showing you documentation when you hover over it. I agree. This one doesn't really tell you much. Owner. Well, let's try it with that. Yes, I want to save everything. Let's try it. Yeah. How's it doing? Good to see you here. Are you still? Do you have the privilege of being employed? A lot of people are unemployed right now and not like getting anything, any like. We're not even getting like any offers. You still working? All right, so let's try this out. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a couple of remote clients and see how it is. Oh, I should have. Oh, there's one thing. Yeah, still employed at the Big Papa. Congrats, dude. And try to be like find gratefulness. You are one of the lucky few. How's work? Is it any good? And how's life? So I think. So we, oh yeah, we have network object, but we don't have network transform. I think that might be the reason why we are not getting like any sync whatsoever. So let's do network transform. And we're gonna be syncing. Well, I reckon we can sync all but the rotation. Well, let's sync the rotation. I don't care. I don't really care. Alright, so now I think the dropped item should be synced. So it's not gonna be warping around that much. It's not gonna be jumping around that much. Alright, let's do... This guy is gonna be host. He is our familiar guy, Aatu. So Aatu is hosting. Then we have two clients here. This one is Peetu. We have Peetu boy here joining as client. Here's Peetu. And this guy is gonna be Blacksmith, who is the odd one out. Blacksmith. Alright. We are logging in, we're joining as client. Okay, so we got our guys here. Let's see if we kill this guy as Peetu. Boom, he died already. Nothing from him. Alright, let's see what happens. So either we're not getting loot or we're not seeing it. Should have debugged it, but I didn't think through. Let's see what happens now. I'm starting to feel we got it wrong. Maybe we're just really unlucky. Yeah, so I don't think it's working. So the object ID is the specified ID of that object, which if you have a networked item would be the ID of that item, but the owner network ID is the client ID of the owner of that object. Yeah, so what I think is that I should have put the owner ID. Is that it? Or should it even be like the authentication manager player ID? I'm just gonna ask AI as well. So Jutta has some documentation. Network object. Is owned by server, is owner, is player object, is scene object, is oh, there's is player object. I didn't know that's a thing. That can be helpful. Is spawned. Network object ID gets the unique ID of this object that is synced across the network. So yeah, that's just kind of like the hash to represent the uniqueness of this network object. Gets the client ID of the owner of this network object. Yeah, so I'm thinking like that's the thing. I'm thinking that's the thing. All right, so let's put the owner client ID. Let's put that in. So it's we're gonna do the owner client ID. I don't know what your code base looks like, so I don't know what those concepts mean in your context. You don't want to know what the code base looks like. Dot many, although being very funny, is also true. And right. Okay, so let's try that. Yeah, my cloud save framework solution is pretty dog shit right now. I spent like 3 nights making it work. And like player wise it's pretty good, but like security wise it's pretty dog shit. So I'm trying to avoid showing it to you guys, so nobody will see how dog shit it is. And once we move on from beta, we're gonna have to rework it. we're gonna have to rework it 100%. All right, let's try this again. Auto hosting. And then we have the guys. Peetu, I choose you. And then we have blacksmith. Cloud games, so weed, yeah. Whole lot of weed. I'm working on a new project at work. It's pretty fun. We're doing some cloud games. Oh, hey, I have a little experience with cloud. I went to Amsterdam once. No, I'm kidding. I was there for a week. All right, let's see. We're killing this guy. Do we see our loot now? Okay, so first guy, no luck. Maybe we're just unlucky. JavaScript is cursed. 100%. 100%. Still no loot. I got a bad feeling, guys. I got a bad feeling. Where are my mobs? There's one. Alright, you're coming with me. No loot, so I think it's definitely still not working. Like there's no way we are this unlucky, right? We can actually check from the editor if we're getting any dropped items. Wow, they are really like come to the same place. Alright, so let's see what's happening in the editor. So we have dropped items, I suppose. Ooh, they are actually under here. So this one's underground. This one's underground. Alright, so all of them are underground. Very good. Can I change your position? No. All of them are very much underground. Huh. Include layers, ground. Exclude ground. So I think they're kind of like just going through it. Alright. I don't think even the Spider-Man can help with this. Lots of new web development stack weirdness. Koki low, he guaranteed bots. Alright, so I think it's just this like layer matrix here. So include layers, like I gotta read like, alright, you need to see rigid body. Tell me about the layers. So exclude means that layers that colliders attached to this rigid body should exclude. All right. So I think. Wait. Oh, I got it wrong. You should disable the rigid body after it settles down. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But yeah, okay, so I think I got this wrong. So I think the rigid body needs to exclude everything except... So this is the one that it doesn't collide with. So I don't want it to collide with player nor bots. And include, I suppose, then is the inverted logic, right? So if we're taking a look at the include layers, the additional layers that colliders attached to rigid body should include when deciding if the collider can come into contact. Yes, so the include should have ground. Okay, so I got that right. And then it should not like take like player and bot. All right, I think that's correct now. Yeah, I think that's probably good practice. Shouldn't you change those physics layer interactions from the physics setting menu? Yeah, you could do that. Enrico Gucci, how's it going? All right, here we go, guys. This is gonna be it. I can feel it. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, it would make sense. But there's only one. Well, I suppose. Yeah, maybe we could do that. All right, here we go. A moment of truth. So this is gonna be Peetu. Although I gotta say, like, I don't think I even saw like dropping items. Like, even if they went through the ground, I don't think I saw any actual like items dropping. So I got a little bit of a bad feeling about this. So I think the observers might be wrong. Oh man. Okay, I got it right. All right, so Blacksmith Peetu, here they are. Let's try to kill this guy. Come on, come on. Okay, so no loot. No loot from him. Yeah. Come here, bots. Come here. I should disable their NPC movement and just have them spawn here. You should probably also have like a huge kill trigger beneath the level in case... Yeah, that's true. I should. All right, so nothing. I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working. No. All right, so are we seeing some underground shit again? Yeah, they are dropping. They are dropping, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what's up with that? What's up with that? So they are on layer default. All right, let's try this. So let's change their layer. So they're gonna be layered. I don't know, like dropped item. They're gonna be on layer dropped item now. There. Then we are gonna go ahead and go into the matrix, which I think is in... Is it in project settings? Physics. It's not here. Settings. So here's the matrix. Here's the matrix. So we have the dropped item. And I don't want the dropped item to basically... Which one is it? Is it this top one? It's probably this top one now, isn't it? It's both. Okay. So dropped item is not going to interact with anything else than ground. It means it can it interact with itself, so two items can interact. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. So now, is that correct? So now it should only like interact with ground. That's kind of like the point. Yeah, all right. Then I think I can just like how do I reset like this? Include layers, exclude layers. So yeah, but do these overrides now work? So underneath my camera here, should I get rid of these? Though, can you pick it up if it ignores ray casts? Yeah, well, that's gonna be a problem we can see. No. Fuck. Hey, what happened to my music? Did it run out? So should this be like nothing then? Can I reset this? All right, so it seems like it's already reset. All right, here we go again. I don't think this will change anything though, because I think we can now enable the box collider, can't we? So I think what we're doing here is we're kind of like disabling the collider, aren't we? Guess not. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. You're making Monaco that I'm on holiday. Let's give it a go, guys. I'm just gonna try on the server if we even can spawn the shits. Spawn the shits. All right. Arto is the host. Let's see if we gank some mobs, if we can see any loot. Boom. Okay, nothing from him. I think there's probably something with my kind of like the way I'm handling the spectators. It's gotta be it because we're not seeing anything. Or maybe the items are just like already like spawning on the ground. Maybe that's the thing. How do I figure it out? Beta player. All right, so here's the guy. So okay, so there's something there. There is something there. Okay, so they are spawning. As you can see, there is stuff in the scene. They are just not... They are not visible. They are not visible. Look at your log. Object is not spawned. So, what? Does it mean that I need to spawn it before I change the spec? Yeah. You're right. What is up with the freaking documentation? So here it says basically like look at this. Network show. Like it's doing it before the spawning. Right? It's not. I guess this is different than this. Yeah. Alright, fuck that. Alright, so I think I think we can do like this afterwards, that's no problem. I think the spawn with observers probably is fine to do, but I think like okay, so what should we do this before then? Like should this be before the spawn, but kind of like this supposed to be like after, like is that what it is? You should do, yeah. Yeah, it was. So now I'm doing the spawn with observers, then I'm spawning, and then I'm showing it to the player. Network show just should be after, yeah. Okay, so let's try it again. Let's try it again, shall we? Let's try it again. Thank you guys for being there and helping me out. Why is my music so like I can't hear a thing. Let's not go to barbecue. I would love to do some barbecue right now. All right, here we go. Here we go. Too comfortable with red line showing in the live. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing because I wasn't paying attention. All right, here we go. All right, first I'm gonna do just the host tests. Can we just see the drops? Can we see the drops? Come on. Nothing from him makes me worried. Doesn't seem to be working, or maybe we're just unlucky. It's not 100% drop, but yeah, I don't think it's working. At least we're not getting a null ref, you know. No, we haven't gotten any load. Okay, so we're just unlucky, maybe. Come on. Come on. Where's my loot? Wow, this is just weird. Oh no, they are here. They are here. Where are you? Oh, they are here. So they are actually correct this time. We just can't see them. So it's like... Wait, did I pick it up? Did I pick it up? Did I pick it up? What the fuck was that? Alright, so I should be able to pick up a black ore right about here. What? Okay, I don't know. My webcam is hidden. So I can pick them up, but I can't see them. Let me ask Copilot. So I'm working on my dropped item logic and who can see them and who can't. Right now it seems that I can't see the items, but they are there and I can pick them up. What's the client ID that the network show wants as a parameter? I have a feeling that's what's wrong. So walls do not work when you are inside a building. Do you have separate numbers obstacle? Walls do not work. They work. They're just not very tight, you know. You're kind of like clipping a little through. So basically, it doesn't... It didn't really tell me much. It was just like, alright, debug what is the owner client ID. But maybe this is just another thing with the self-host. Let's see if we log in with different guys. What I've learned is that the self-host is a bitch. What is the owner of the it's the server, right? Server owns it. All right. So what is it with the remote clients? That's kind of like what I want to see. All right. So I'm attacking with Peetu. Peetu didn't get any loot. Yeah, so it doesn't look good. Well, why would it be visible for a player if you're showing it on the server? Yeah. You're right. You're right. How do I fix it? How do I fix it? You're right. You need to call network show with the ID for the player that it should be visible to. But what is the ID? Like, are we talking about? Is it the network object ID or is it the player ID like in authentication or like the network ID? Yeah. All right, so let's try that. So it should be just the owner network. Wait, yeah, owner network and network object ID. But didn't we try this? Maybe it was just maybe it was the fact that we had this the wrong way around. Maybe this is it. So is owner network object the player in this case? Is owner network object the player? I don't know. I am confused. Or do you mean this one? This one, yeah. This is the one that's getting the ownership. So yeah, this is the player, yeah. The player's network object, yeah. Yeah. 100%. Alright, here we go. Come on! Please! This is such a small thing. It feels like a big thing. It's a small thing. Alright, does Arthur get loot? No. No. Do we have dropped items? We have one dropped item. So the dropped item is there. Fucking hell. So nothing changed. Peetu. I'm gonna make this spawn more. Okay. Yeah, Nothing happened. Nothing happened. All right. So, oh, what the hell? What the hell? Object. What is determining the visibility of the dropped item? In my logic, or like I don't know about these ones, but the logic is that if I'm calling this spawn on the ground with this, yeah. So if I'm setting a network object, it means that it should spawn only to that guy, basically. And I have done it previously with the spawn with ownership. And I think we could try it out. And yeah, as you can see here, by the way, I have, yeah, this is the same value that I used. What actually sets it visible or not? Well, previously it used to be this, where we were spawning the item with ownership. And we set the network object ID. But now I wanted to kind of like, I know that there's this observer thing that you can add to the network object. So I tried to do that because there were some bugs, some cases where the ownership just like broke and it showed it to others as well. So that's why we tried to expand it. But I'm kind of like, maybe we should just like have this back. Maybe we should like change this to this and try that. So we're spawning it with ownership and we're showing it. I don't know if these kind of like do the same thing. Like I don't know, like what is the spawn with ownership? Like what does it mean? Spawns a network object across the network with a given owner. I don't think we're talking about the same thing. What actually sets it visible? The client ID to own the object, yeah. So I guess the only real difference here with the spawn and spawn ownership is the fact that kind of like sets the ownership of the network object. Let's see if that works. Like I don't know what to tell you, like these are the methods. I mean on actual atomic level what makes the item visible to the player. Though I'm starting to expect that you're not doing it yourself. No, I'm not, yeah. Rather Unity is doing that for you. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, the solution is handling it. Let's see, does that make any sense? Here comes the multi-editor. Alright, we got our guy. So, right out of the gate, not working. Huh. We're coming here, right? We're coming here, right? It could be helpful to try to understand how it works. It's a big part in debugging why it doesn't work how you expect. True. You're right. But I don't know where to start. Alright, so we are definitely coming here. So we're spawning with the open ship, spawning with blah blah blah. And there it is. But we didn't. It's a weird thing, really. We're fighting inside and outside. Alright, so... Oh, we're bug... What the... Oh, yeah, we got this one. I was wondering, like, what the hell's going on. Yeah, there's loot everywhere. This is the actual up-to-date API documentation for the networked objects. Hey Cosmo, welcome back. You could debug log if is network visible to you long. Yeah, let's try that. So this one is like, alright, so let's do spawning item with visibility to client ID. And let's do another one, so is network visible to? So what you gotta probably do is like dropped item network object is network visible to. And then we're gonna put the well, let's put the client ID first. So let's do like a is the network dropped item visible to client ID. And let's do another one. So is the dropped item visible to owner, not the network ID. Let's do it after the fact. I think we could actually like do it like before and after. Let's do like what? Before. Yeah, because we're trying to like change it. All right, let's give it a go. Koivu, good day. Oh. It has some documentation. Component used to identify game object in the network. Owner client ID gets the client ID of the owner, yeah. But does this return just the server ID or something like that if it's server owned? Change ownership. I think this is pretty client ID, the client of the ID, you long. Well, that doesn't probably tell us much. This is how professionals debug things along with breakpoints and ID. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like a difference between, you know, like someone who wants to know a little more, and it's gonna make you a better developer if you do that. But I'm not 100% sure. Like, no, well, I think I would want to know, but I don't know if I need to know. You know, there's a difference. It would, yeah. All right, so let's see if we kill this mob, for example. Did we get any debug logs? No. Yeah, because we didn't get any loot, probably. All right, so now, before the dropped item visible to client ID false, the dropped item visible to network ID false, and then the dropped item visible to client ID true, and network ID false. So that means that it's the owner that's getting changed. Like we did. We changed it, the owner, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so that's the one where we changed it. So we changed the network show. But yeah, exactly, 100%. So why can't I see it? So it is network visible in this context, yeah. So why isn't it actually visible? So there's the item. Can we see anything from the inspector? So you can see the owner client ID is 0, which I think is us. Is owned by the server is owner. Right, so there's something happening to it because of our logic, but where is it? I can't find it. Click the item network object and check observers. Did it have that? That's pretty useful if it did. All right. So here's a dropped item. Observers, yeah. So it says that I am the observer. So our owner client ID is 0. Yeah. So we are the one who knocks. That was an item that was already there. Well, there's another one here. It's the same thing. It's us. It wasn't the thing that was dropped by a bot. Yeah, it's all good. So what's the like what can be the cause of that? So the network object is not that's not the key here. Network show. If observers contain client ID, so this is the list. Network manager distributed authority mode. Only server can change visibility. We have a distributed authority mode. Already visible. Check visibility. You can click the player character and check the owner ID, network object ID from that component. Yeah, I did check it and it was the same one. Network manager, spawn manager, mark object for showing to this client ID, observers add client ID. Right, so for example, like this is my player. My player's network object ID is 1 and owner client is 0. There's only one observer, which is, I believe, myself. And if we kill this mob, for some reason these dropped items don't delete themselves, which is a problem. It's a problem, they should be deleting themselves. Okay, now we got another item. I think it's this one. Yeah, so there's a purge here. And the purchase observers are client ID 0. And it's referring to myself. And I can pick it up. Yeah, I think I... Wait. I think I picked it up, yeah. I picked that one up as well, so I can definitely pick them up. If you spawn another player, do they have different client ID? Yeah, I think they just increment by 1. All right. So here's the other guy. It's this fella. This fella here. And his owner client ID is 1. And he's got 2 observers, which are the players. Let's see. Black ore. Yeah, he can loot as well. That could be why you had the bug before about other players seeing things. That's true, actually. That's actually true. So what we can actually probably do is just fix it by that. Yeah. So I kind of want to like just fuck this visibility thing. Apparently it's garbage, or I'm not like we just don't get it. So what I want to do here is instead we're doing the owner client. I'm just gonna like fuck this and fuck that. And I'm just gonna get rid of these for now as well. And I don't know if these, well, we'll try if that is needed. So now it's the owner client ID that gets the loot. Let's see if that fixed it. Let's see if that fixed it. Let's see if that was it. Feeling confident. I still don't get the observers. You had a good question, like, I don't know what the observer means. Right, let's come up with... so, we don't need you. Let's host. And then this guy is gonna be Petu. I have a good feeling now it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Alright, killing this guy. Boom, nothing. I got a bad feeling again. I get a bad feeling again. So in observable pattern, basically an observable is something that provides updates and changes about its state. An observer is something who is subscribed to those changes. Ah, yeah. I actually have done that in some cases. Right, come on, give me some loot. Give me some loot. Yeah, I got a bad feeling. Ooh, tonight's gonna be a bad night. Yeah, it's... So what's wrong now? So I have a, like... So can the server see anything? No. There's stuff all around. Okay, so that's funny. So there's stuff all around, it's just nothing is seen. If we take a look at the items, they have observers. This should be observed by both of them. They are all like spawned for both of them. Can you click the item and like it has some kind of sprite renderer? Yeah. Yeah, it has it underneath here. They're just like, you know, they're just disappearing on me. I don't know why. So here's the dropped boot, but it just like vanishes. Maybe I need to pause. So here's the sprite renderer. Nothing really that I'm changing there. Could it be... It's not because of the physics, right? It's not because of the physics. Like, can it like stop rendering? Can it be? Okay, I actually, it's not I think it might be our camera. Because we have the calling mask. Yeah. We have the calling mask because we add the new layer. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, we added the new layer. So that could have been it. Like, that didn't make any sense whatsoever. So maybe this worked after all. Maybe this did work after all. Okay. Okay, I have a good feeling now. Maybe it was just a rendering issue because of the new layer we added. And I just didn't think that the new layer would not be in the calling mask. Alright, alright, alright. Maybe this is it, guys. That was such a detour. Such a detour. Oh, man. I hope that's it. I hope that's it. Alright. Come on, baby. Come on. Let me have this moment. There's the bot. Bot is here. Bot is getting stomped. Hey, there's an item, but it's like a bugged item. It's not right. Okay, so the server actually sees it. So there's something wrong. What happens in 20 seconds? Okay, so in 20 seconds it's right. Why is that? At least the drop is there. So the server sees it right. Client doesn't see anything. So nothing is setting it as not visible to other players, I guess. What happens now after 20 seconds? Does it show it right? Yeah, so that's already better. Can I loot it? Hell yeah, hell yeah. So we are really close now. But there was something happening that it didn't like set up the item right. So here's the dropped, we're set upping the dropped item. So it seemed like it didn't set up it. Spawn with ownership. When do I get my first paycheck? Hey, Ita, thank you for being here. There's still one more thing now. Wait 1 second. I got messages from Garnet. Oh, they went to a coffee. They went to cafeteria. Is still you're too young for coffee? Yeah, he is, but he's enjoying his little bits and pieces of something sweet. I used to have this bug before. Dropped item if it's not null when we are setting it. Like I kind of got the vibe. Hey Lupa, how's it going? So I'm kind of like feeling like this didn't get properly done. Spawn with ownership. So it was happening on client. I have a game manager singleton in scene. Does this make any difference whatsoever? Singletons. Hey, there's nothing wrong with singletons. You take that back. You take singleton is seems good, man. Lupo says that now there's another object on the scene that on its enable calls instance of game manager, but when are you instantiating the or initializing the game manager? Awake on the singleton is never called before that. Okay, so that didn't help. Awake should be called before on enable. I think, yeah, I think it's awake, then it's an on enable, then it starts. Not sure if you instantiate it during the on enable. It's on the scene hierarchy. It's on the scene hierarchy. I'm gonna tell you one big suggestion, Lupo, and it's the fact that if you need the managers, try to like initialize things. And instead of relying on the awake and start and shit, because if you do a lot of stuff when, let's say, the game starts, and you have a lot of like stuff on awake, and then you have on enable, and then you have on starts, you are really prone to like different execution order issues. So what you should have is you should have some sort of like controlled initialization. Like I don't care if it's the game manager or whatever, but something should be initializing the ones that need it. Like it's just kind of like a ticking time bomb if you have a lot of different things that start like differently independently, and then they like ask for something else, you know, like a manager. And it's just like you're wondering, like, okay, so I hope it's already initialized. Like, it's a little sketchy. I've been there, I know. Lazy initialization. Yeah, the better pattern would be if you have a static getter for the instance inside there. You check if the instance is null, call initialized, and then set it. Yeah, that's lazy initialization. That's actually pretty good. So it's kind of like written into the singleton itself. So if it doesn't exist, it's gonna create the instance. Now if I remove it and re-add it again, it works. Yeah, that seems like a race condition in my opinion. Like just it might be there or might not. It could be something else. I don't really. I'm not that pro. All right. So the freaking setup item doesn't call now. So this. Oh yeah. So this is only getting called on server. This is only getting called on server, but how did it work before? So we're setting the item ID value, and it's a network variable, but we're not enabling it. No, we haven't. Okay, so we actually do have this. So we have a network spawn, we have an item IDs changed. If we are not client, we are returning. What? I think I can probably get rid of that. We're getting the... That's... I think that might work. You walked face first into the problem with singletons. The manager is present, but its awake is never called. When awake is called, instance is created. Yeah, that's pretty typical. Smiling back at me. Singleton clan. Let's not talk too much shit about singletons. You just gotta be a little bit mindful about what you're doing. I'm gonna ask around. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, so we got our guy. Peetu, you are our second guy. Beep, 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 beep. Alright, so last time the stuff spawned right, but it didn't set up correctly. See if we fix that. No, there's still the wrong shit. Still the wrong shit. So this guy can already see it. All right, so now I can see it and I could loot it. God damn it, you runner. All right, so yeah, that's working perfectly. Can I pick the fish? I can. So it's just the client. It's just the client. All right, I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of you. Get out of here. What changed though? What changed it? I don't get it. So this is the shit I'm using. Enable icon. Maybe we should maybe I should like do something like just call it here. Or should this be like a call to the owner? Then again, I think... Yeah, I think this is actually a good idea, to be fair. I think that's a good idea. We use the inversion of control pattern, says Yitai. It's the better and more robust alternative to that kind of singleton stuff, dependency injections and stuff. Dependency injection is a meta right now. I don't understand the really like deep philosophy of dependency injection, but well, here it's good. Okay, yeah. So we need the fuck. We need one. All right. I guess the dependency injection is kind of like what I'm doing with my menus, basically. So maybe I can backseat me on this one. So basically, for example, when I have my interaction in the scene, so I have my crafting. So here's an anvil that has a collider, and when you press the collider, we have an interaction script that handles like different stations, and basically we're inputting like ourselves into the crafting station, like our player state, which has like all our data basically. I don't know if that's kind of like the dependency injection. You declare that a thing is a dependency for your component, so injected with reflection magic into your class. Yeah, I'm still not sure if that counts as that, but kind of like getting the feeling that maybe it does. All right, this is the moment of truth, boys. Does the shit work? This is the moment of truth, boys. Come on. Come on. Stop running away from me. Get in here. Fuck. I should probably do some debug logging. Instead of just guessing my way. Get out of here. All right. So we are gonna check here. So let's do like log, setuping, dropped item. Then we're going into enable icon if we are lucky. New value. Maybe we could just check the actual like item ID value. It doesn't need to be equipable. What the hell? All right. So the idea with singletons is that you have a static reference to an instance that you can get a reference to from anywhere. Yep. And that there's only one of them. So with dependency injection, instead it gets assigned by a dependency injection component if you use an attribute that marks something as a dependency. There's an instance container that contains the references to the actual instances. Yeah, that was so like deep like programmer software developer jargon that I didn't understand. I didn't understand the thing. Petu. What? What did we do? Instead of being game manager instance or whatever, you just like a private game manager field in your class and mark it as with dependency attribute. It gets injected into your instance by the component. Do you know what reflection is? I don't think so. All right. I don't know what I did. Maybe I fucked it up, but... Though I will find it out after ad break, yeah. Alright, so this is our remote client. Let's fucking go. So, so we're only calling the network spawn. That's probably why, but... Yeah, no, I don't yet, sorry. I don't. Alright, so on network spawn, on item ID changed and enable icon. All gets called, even though I don't see a drop. Maybe it's inside. No. I think we gotta add some logic of where the item is dropping. Oh, never mind. It was actually the old item. Alright, so that didn't drop anything. Awake enables order is only guaranteed per object. Yeah, okay. A reflection is a way to basically do metaprogramming, like you can access private variables of a class or even check what kind of fields a class has. Oh, interesting. That seems pretty powerful. Also very, very scary. So I suppose we're just not like seeing any items anymore. Is that what it is? Okay, there's one. But I would like to like get a clean look. Okay. So we're just getting on network spawn. Yeah. So that's what's happening. That's why we're not doing any of the other shit. So we're just getting on the this network spawn. And we're not getting like the this one called. What if I were to call this? What if I were to call this? What if I were to call this? Yeah, that sounds like a no clip, yeah. Belier, how's it going? Basically get information of a type class. It is, and it is. Alright, so cool. That enables some cool things if you know what you're doing and you're mindful. Can you give me like a real simple example of how that's like superior? Because that does sound cool, yeah. Alright, this is gonna be it. I'm feeling it under my bones. I can feel it. And how's Belier doing? Petu. Alright. Are we finally getting this done? Mob, don't run away from me. Okay, nothing. Nah, fuck it. We're still already getting on network spawn. Did we save it? Like what? So I bet that's gonna change now, isn't it? So is it because I did the server check so that doesn't even like update anymore? Like dependency injection to singleton. I'm doing okay, says Belair. Nice, good to hear. Like any example really, like I don't see the kind of like, I don't see the grand scenario. Can I just do this in here? Can I just do it in here? Is that a bad idea? I don't know. I think I'm a little lost. I'm not really thinking of reflection. Yeah. Reflection. I'm not really thinking right now. Damn it. Damn it. This is annoying to debug. Dependency injection was one. Hey, I'm seeing boots. I'm seeing a boot. I see flipped and flopped black stone. I'm seeing stuff, guys. Okay, so I got a null ref when what? Object network not reference to an instance of an object. Hello, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah, so that's probably by 46. Alright, so when they get respawned, then they lose their mojo. So this is correct. When they respawn, then we're getting a null ref. So I think this probably a race condition or something. Yeah. Oh man. Morjesta Vikele, how's it going? So you can use reflection to find all the fields that have a specific attribute, for example, and then you can assign a value to those fields even if they're private. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, so your private game manager field will basically magically now have a reference to the instance of game manager without static singleton stuff. I see. I think I kind of understand it. Yeah. Cool. Very cool stuff. All right, so Co-pilot, I need you. Dropped item. Okay, so that's actually twice it now. Let's add item inventory manager. So I have a problem with dropped item and how it's initialized in the multiplayer. Right now my issue is that the client sees the dropped item correctly. Correct icons and whatnots, but when inventory manager respawns the item, the icon I'm getting object reference null ref on network spawn. Maybe it's a race condition or something. It says that, or for example, we have initialization of things and components separated into individual initialization steps, and we use reflection to find all the classes that inherit the initialization step interface in your code base and run them during initialization without you having to write that code. Damn, that sounds like really like that kind of like changes everything. Like it feels so absurd. So Copilot thinks that it's not being initialized. Oh yeah, am I initializing it properly? So we're doing the setup in here. We are returning dropped item prefab. Wait, what? Item ID not being set before on network spawn is called. To fix this, we can ensure that the item ID is set before the on network spawn logic executes. Additionally, we can add null checks and debug logs to help identify potential race conditions. Ensure item ID is set before accessing it on network spawn. Add null checks. Ensure setup dropped item is called before spawning. Alright, let's try that. Let's try that. Where is this returning this to? We are da 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 ba 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 ba. You broke one of the core principles of one of our previous game teams. We only had 2 rules. What was it? What was it? No referencing nulls and no dividing by 0. No referencing nulls? What's wrong with referencing? Yeah, I get it. I get it. Hey, my family's home. I'm gonna give it one more try and then I'm gonna call it. I'm feeling super hungry and I haven't been popping off. I haven't been popping off, let's just say that. Bam 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 bam. There's the correct item. That's really good stuff. Let's see what happens when it resets. Alright, we got a couple of dropped items. Right, now it should be resetting and it's bugged. Item with ID 2 not found. What? Oh, I hate that. I hate that. 58. What? What? I'm confused. I'm confused, man. So it seems like the server is seeing everything correctly again, but it's not really helpful. It's not helpful now, isn't it? It's not helpful. Bam, 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 bam. So the server's having a blast. Yeah, exactly, Itai. Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because we obviously have item ID with a value of 2. It's probably a consumable perch, I believe. So if we go into consumable and we check like perch, it's ID 5. Okay, so maybe I was... We don't have an ID of 2, so where the fuck did it get it from? We actually don't have a... Where did it get it from? Item ID, input item ID. Am I inputting the wrong item somehow here? I don't freaking know. Guys, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for dropping by, Jetta, Ilpo, Vike, all the beautiful people. We're gonna continue tomorrow. Probably using the wrong ID. Yeah. I've had some problems with this shit before. So I didn't expect it to be perfect now. Don't know what happened there. So we're gonna continue tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Don't think that I have anything except maybe the handyman will finally come. Maybe it will finally come to fix the window. The window is broken. Well, it's not exactly broken, but there's a little bit of that, you know. It should like close. There should be, you know, like that kind of like metal thing that puts them together. So that's broken. So I hope they come to fix it. A dear streamer friend of mine, Matt Chirpy, is on. He's Swedish. Let's not hold it against him. But then again, let's do. He's a nice fella, so let's go say hi to him. It was nice streaming again. I'll catch ya tomorrow with more bugs and problems. Let's go. Bye bye. See you guys.